Gamers, welcome to what is probably going to be the last Metroid episode for at least a little bit. We'll definitely be back in this game even after we're done beating it, because we're going to do something rather unique that I haven't done with the other two NES games we've played. This is the end game officially. Last episode we defeated Kraid and Ridley, which are basically required to complete this game, really, to get to the final boss, which obviously we're going to take down in this video. Fingers crossed this will be the last episode. The last boss of this game is honestly the hardest part, in my opinion, besides trying to get out of Kraid's hideout after you beat him pretty much with all those blocks that just... That whole frickin' block tower right there, man. It was wild, honestly, for kid me in the past, really, but here we are. This is pretty much Ridley's hideout that we're in right now. This is where we fought Ridley. He's gone now, so I guess you could say it's our hideout now. The enemies probably wouldn't like that statement, though. They still very much hurt you, and they still very much populate the place. Now, in the past, I do know, I made some promises, one of which was to go and get that E-tank, and since we have 6 right now, it would be pretty useless. Basically, the energy tank I'm referring to is the one and only one in Norfair, which we almost got to, but I decided not to, because you had to go through lava to get to it. But just because I'm a man of my word, we're gonna go do it, because why not? Additionally, I'm also gonna show you around some other areas of this game you don't have to go into, but you can if you want, really. The first one, where we're going to go, the first place, is the spammiest area in the whole game. If you don't remember, when we first entered Ridley's hideout, I kinda died. It was because of spam. And this is pretty much right here in area. It looks identical to that other area, but this... Do not go into this area without the Varia suit and plenty of E-tanks, because there are enemies spammed about everywhere. We're talking everywhere, really. You can avoid some of them by going through up here, but really, you can only avoid so many of them. It's so hard. I don't know what the heck the developers at Nintendo were thinking when they programmed this whole area, because it's all of these spawners right here in the ground that are just spawning these. And they go into areas where you can't even avoid them. It's so silly, honestly. But looks like we got through that way better than we did last time, so... Would recommend you steer clear of this area. You don't actually have to go here to complete the game. I am just doing this purely for your entertainment. But as you can see, it is just never ending, or it feels that way. This is a pretty long hallway, and I believe it's actually the lowest point in the whole game. There's also a missile tank down here. I guess I forgot this existed, but... Yep, missile tank. Pretty much right above us is where we'd fight Ridley, I think. And we just lost an energy tank. That's not good. I know we have plenty, but like, it just gives me a little bit of anxiety, really. See, it's things like this right here. Because the enemies, they don't stop spawning. And it's very hard to avoid. Like, look at this. Also, if you're going into this area, I'd also strongly suggest you bring the screw attack with you as well. Pretty helpful. But at the end here, we get rewarded with nothing. Like, literally nothing. There's nothing to jump on up here, unless you go way up. In the previous episode, we got an energy tank that was in this white hallway, pretty much. At the end of that hallway would be, like, this whole column, pretty much. So, right above here, like, way, way above, there's actually platforms up there you can jump on. But obviously, we really can't get up there because we don't have nearly enough jump height. Nor is it possible to obtain such jump height. This place is probably more intended for you to go left to right. So basically you have to suffer through this if you fall through the hidden pit we fell through. Or if you got over the hidden pit, actually, what am I saying? And for some reason just lost your footing? The platforms are pretty thin though. Whereas most platforms in this game go horizontally, the platforms up there go vertically, so there's only one block to stand on. There's also enemies on those blocks too, so yeah, you best watch out. I would say that because of this, Ridley's hideout is probably one of the deadliest areas in this whole game, and it's for the wrong reason, honestly. I'm definitely glad this stuff is patched in future Metroid games. That I've played, at least. I am not like the Metroid connoisseur. I know it may look otherwise, given the fact that I'm beating all these enemies in one hit here. All you need is your trusty screw attack, and you can easily do this. Oh man, we might die. I really hope we don't die. 10 energy tanks, or not 10, wow. I wish I had 10 energy tanks, honestly. 3 energy tanks with 10 energy. Not good. Not good at all. we're gonna try to improve that. Thank goodness this looks like it is the end of this terrible, spammy area. My god. Basically, if you jump all the way up to the top of that column, there's this passageway right here, and this should take us right back to the elevator. And up we go! Now it is time to go get that fabled energy tank I can't shut up about. That's actually probably for the best right now, because we lost all that health earlier. Maybe we'll get it back by the time we get to it. It is a little ways inward here. So this room right here is pretty much where we got the high jump boots, but there's actually a very, very big secret that's rather essential to this game that lies right beneath the Chozo statue right up there. You can roll right below it, through that little pipe right there, and into this fake wall. And behind this is basically like a big chunk of Norfair, pretty much. It was a very interesting decision to hide the majority of this place behind a secret like that. You also can't get through here without the ice beam, because you need it to freeze the enemies. And then basically right behind that whole section is this section right here. This is pretty much the whole hidden area. And it actually has its own unique color palette too. With how the columns in the main Norfair area were purple, you get these green things around here too, which is a great way to distinguish it, I guess. If you really like pay attention to details like that. But where we want to go is we want to go very far left. Basically where we headed, I believe it was 2 episodes ago. It really shouldn't be this hard for me to remember what we did in each episode, though. It's kind of stupid. My memory sucks. It was definitely in this series, though. I can't say that with confidence. Anyways, we might have a little bit of a predicament here. I can't remember whether it's through that door or down here. We're going to try down here first, because that might be slightly farther. And if it's not down here, we'll try the door, I guess. This might actually be where the wave beam was at, now that I think of it. Let's, backtrack a little bit, shall we? We're gonna go on up right here. Pretend I never made that decision. Anyways, after heading right for a while, we're now here in this room. You can bomb this spot right here. And then, if you go down, like right around here, you can magically phase through the floor and get to this door right here. And I believe behind this, yes, should be the hallway leading to this fabled energy tank. That is going to be almost completely useless for us. We're gonna just hop right through the lava right down here, because there is a wall right up above, but if we go down here, and right over, there it is! Come to Papa. And as you can see, that did not add anything to our health. But it sure did restore it, that's for sure. We needed that. Now that we have escaped Norfair, we can now head on down to Kraid's hideout, where we are going to visit a place that I briefly mentioned in the previous episode. I said it was like completely useless, but we're gonna go there anyway, because why not? This place is pretty much a complete dead end, but not really. It's actually a series of just repeating hallways that are completely useless. They have no items in them, and if you don't know where you're going, you might end up going in a circle. Anyways, this area, if you get off the elevator right there and go to the right, I do believe we got an energy tank in here, or a missile tank. I can't really remember which one. It was actually, yeah, it was the missile tank. I can tell just by this screen right over here. Basically, if you go past this, there's really nothing beyond this point. Get your eyes adjusted to these blue tiles right here, because when you go behind this door, you have your pretty standard run-of-the-mill jumping area, or column, I guess, from Kraid's hideout. But if you go just one screen upward there, just a couple screens upward, we have the same room almost. And then on the other side of this room that we've seen in so many other areas, we have another column, pretty much. And then if we go up here, we got a door. And if we go in this door, it's the same room, pretty much, repeated. And this is repeated a 3rd time right above us, too. So, pretty useless area, but I believe this is actually the highest point in Kraid's hideout. And now, it is officially time for the main attraction of this video. Gamers, we are going up, up, up to probably the second spammiest place in this whole game. I know I just said earlier that we went to like the spammiest area in the whole game pretty much. That was the bottom of Ridley's hideout. But I'm gonna let you be the judge of which place is spammier. Because this boss doesn't actually attack us. I know, sounds great, doesn't it? A last boss in the game, you just win instantly, and you don't even get attacked. Like, everything you did, all these energy tanks, it's all for nothing, really. No, the stage around us, like the whole environment is going to spam projectiles at us. Which is why we need the Varia suit. And virtually every other upgrade, such as the energy tanks and the missiles too, we're gonna need those to do this. This is a very interesting boss battle, to say the least. So basically, we have visited every single area in the game, except one place. And that place is Torian. Basically what Torian is, it's the last place you go in the game. You gotta beat both Kraid and Ridley to get there. It's right up this hallway, pretty much, this area. Why did I call it a hallway? I mean, I guess technically you could say it's a hallway. It's a hallway going up and down. But is it this door? I'm not sure if it's this door right here. It's where we got the long beam. There's only one direction to go in this place. And on the way, there's the boss. And then at the very end is the end of the game, pretty much. But we're gonna go right on in here. And at the other end of this hallway is gonna be our statue room. And this is it right here. As you can see, we have two very familiar faces in here. We have Ridley and we have Kraid right here. You shoot them both. These are their statues. They go up, I guess, and it builds the bridge right here. And they wouldn't go up had we not defeated them. But we're gonna go right on in here. And this is it. This is the elevator tutorial, pretty much. And this creature right here, this is the Metroid. This is pretty much where the game gets its name. We really don't want these things latching on your head, because if they do, they basically destroy your health, even with the Varia suit. Absolute health shredders, these dudes. And they often get on there pretty easily, too. And you can't kill them with your standard ice beam, either. You gotta missile them to death once they're frozen. The only good thing about them is that they sure do drop a ton of energy, but there's the red door, or what, the red door? I guess it is technically red. There's the yellow door that I talked about last episode. We're gonna need 10 missiles to knock this thing down. Beautiful. And now this is where the spam begins, right here. As you can see, we have these projectiles, these SpaghettiOs coming out of nowhere right here. Like, literally nowhere. It's not even funny. And we have the added Metroids here as an added thanks from Nintendo for playing this. We're just gonna cruise right on through here. I do believe there is going to be a Metroid, like, right around here. Yes, I was right. I'm gonna kill you, actually, because I'm gonna need the health later. I'm sorry, what? Did that... I'm gonna have to watch the recording. That... SpaghettiO just became a Metroid out of nowhere. How did that happen? It's crazy. I've never seen that before. Oh, man. It's not that late at night. Like, I am not hallucinating whatsoever. Obviously, it is a little bit late in the night, but, like, it's not crazy late. Like, I don't know if you guys remember, but I somehow recorded a Final Fantasy episode a while back. And it was 1 in the frickin' morning. Which is super, super late. It is so late, as I said, it's not late anymore. It's early. Anyways, we're gonna try our best to avoid the spam here. Don't want to waste too many missiles either. It's good that this section isn't lagging the game. That's good. Wouldn't want that. We want good recording quality around here. Anyways, that is probably actually the end of the spammiest section of this whole place. And literally after I just say it's not slowing the game down, it starts slowing the game down. I guess that's just my luck. And I think... Oh, no. This is... Alright. I don't know why I didn't bother icing that Metroid right there. I should do better. But now I'm gonna need to kill both of these dudes to get my energy back. But we're holding in pretty strong here, except maybe for missiles. But we're only gonna need 30 of them to take down the final boss. Right on over here, we have another Metroid. Just gonna do my thing against you. I'm very glad they don't spam Metroids, that's for sure. It's the one enemy in this game that isn't spammed, besides the bosses. But that, just like that, look at how nice that is. Or all the way back up to maximum health, just killing a couple of those guys. Very nice. Can we get over that? Yes, you can. You can get a little bit claustrophobic over here, because you gotta get around the Metroid, which is obviously, a physical object when it's frozen, just like every other enemy. But right behind this door is what I like to call the Mother Brain Factory. Basically, the head boss of this game is a brain. And we gotta beat it up with missiles. And this is its factory, pretty much, I guess. You gotta break these barriers to get over there while also trying to avoid getting spammed to death. This is really luck-based sometimes. It feels like it. Like, it's very hard to avoid a lot of these projectiles right here. And the slowdown does not help whatsoever. Gotta break down a few of these, and then we gotta missile Mother Brain to death, which will be a little ways to the left. I don't exactly know how many, but actually, the individual rooms get harder, so while the ground right now might be completely safe, it's gonna be lava by the end, which is not good, obviously. I believe it is 33 missiles we need to use against Mother Brain to defeat it, pretty much. There it is, over there. Now, what I'm gonna do, because obviously if we touch that, it's gonna do, like, tons and tons of damage that we don't want, so I'm just gonna go and just linger on this side of, like, this pipe right here, so that way if any of the SpaghettiOs hit me, they'll likely hit me to the right. Unless that happens. And if that does happen, you sure as heck know I'm gonna try falling to the right. If that happens. Because you don't want to fall to the left right here. If you fall to the left, you're done. Almost done. I mean, I have had a couple situations playing this game where I have managed to hold up after doing that. It's not an instant kill, it's just very, very hard to stick the landing right next to Mother Brain right there. And obviously with every hit in this game, as we've seen, is also knockback. So really, it's not the actual damage itself, in a way, it's the knockback. I hate knockback in this game, and in the other Metroid games too. It's actually so annoying, but this technique I've got going right here, where I spin attack the SpaghettiOs, pretty much, and then just missile just once, seems to be doing me pretty good. Got in 2 hits right there. But this is why you use energy tanks. Can you imagine if we attempted this boss fight without energy tanks? That would be brutal. That would be the hardest challenge ever. Just because of how unavoidable the frickin' damage is right here. But I think we're gonna win this fight. Hopefully we do. And we did it! Gamers, we cooked, but it's not over. Oh my god, epilepsy. Alright, well, we gotta get out of here. Basically, if we don't, whole place goes kapowie, and we need to start over. Not very good. I've succeeded every single time with this. You really just gotta get the jumping down here. Not very large platforms either. But we have plenty of time to do this. I am so sorry for anyone who ignored the warning at the beginning of this video, because it's reasons like that why I put that frickin' warning there. But yeah, if I triggered your epilepsy, I am so sorry. I don't know what the heck they were thinking with these NES games. I guess there weren't like a whole lot of health codes, I guess. Because there's no way you can do that in a video game right now without like getting warned, right? But there we go. We cooked, gamers. We beat the game. Now we get an epic Samus face reveal, I guess. She looks a little bit different in this game than she does in current games and everything, but we did the mission. We cooked. Thank you so much for watching this series. I really hope you liked it. I know I sure did. This was a very fun game to play. We only died a couple times, but we're gonna do another Metroid series soon. It's gonna be the same game, but it's gonna be a little more interesting. But that'll be soon. Definitely I'm aiming to start uploading that sometime in March. If not March, beginning of April. But yeah. Peace out, gamers.